Hey, good evening, and welcome to Granddaddy Said What, where we get to talk about stuff that Granddaddy wants to talk about. Well, it is totally Tuesday, and we are here once again in the SpongeBob room, and SpongeBob is back here watching us over, making sure that we do the right thing. Granddaddy doesn't say anything too crazy. And also, it's nighttime in the SpongeBob room. Yeah, a little dark. Just got through watching the Indiana Fever beat the Washington Mexicans in a basketball game. Totally Tuesday. We can talk about anything. I think last month and for about a month and a half, I dedicated that conversation to real estate, but I want to do something a little different today. Back when Granddaddy went to school and maybe Grandma and even you today, you could take various subjects. There was English, there was science that included things like biology, chemistry. No, anybody interested in that. There was math. And who didn't want to study calculus, right? Absolutely. And of course, you could do a foreign language, which you would never use. I took French, and the only thing that I can say is fries. Well, now there's other subjects too. There was history. And history was actually one of the coolest subjects you could study. A lot of memorization, but if you got into it, you could learn a lot of different things. So, for this 5, 6 week period, we're going to talk about history here on Granddaddy Said What. Now, of course, with history, it's a lot, got a lot of subjects. So, I could talk Civil War history, I could talk American history, I could talk European history, I could talk Asian history, I could talk a whole bunch of histories. But what I've decided to do is I've decided to talk about the one big history that encompasses every person who was, who is, and who is to come. Because this history affects them all. And that history is what I'm calling biblical history, where we're going to look at 5 periods over the next couple weeks of biblical history. I'm going to lay them out to you so you kind of get a sense of where we're going. We're going to talk about Old Testament history. We're going to talk about God's silence. We're going to talk about the period of the New Testament. We're going to talk about the post Bible period. And then we're going to finish up with end times that haven't gotten here yet, but we have a historical record of what they will look like. So I hope you guys want to join me for this step into biblical history, the history that affects every man, woman, boy, girl, and even sponges on this planet. Hey, you have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday on Granddaddy Said What? You have a great day.